What is up, people on the internet? JQL here, back with another video. Today's video, I'm doing a custom LEGO video on my custom LEGO minifigures of the Justice League. However, it is not the movie Justice League. It is my own design of the Justice League, for the most part, except for minus Superman and kind of Aquaman. So, yeah, you're probably wondering, why did I do this? And one reason is because Wavy Films inspired me to make my own Justice League. So, yeah, I didn't do what he did exactly, though. I didn't do fan cast or anything, because I don't do that kind of thing. I'm not big on fan casts, because whenever I always make... Because I don't really know how actors would act when they portray a different type of character, if you guys know what I mean. But anyway, now, so yeah, here we have the main Justice League. This is actually based off the original Justice League, if you guys may or may not have known. I'm pretty sure you guys know. So yeah, starting from left to right, we have Aquaman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, and the Martian Manhunter. And yeah, so so I actually did watch Justice League already. And yeah, it was a pretty good movie. Not the greatest movie, nowhere near perfect, but I did enjoy it. And yeah, so I guess that's kind of what sparked me to want to make these figures. But anyway, I'm just rambling on, so let's just get started with this video. Alright, here we have Superman to start off with the Justice League figures. And yeah, Superman, you could pretty much tell it's the BVS Superman design. I know you're probably like, oh, that's not your own design, why are you including him? Well, that's just because every single Superman design, no matter how you, no matter where it's from, it has the basic generic design, the red and blue color scheme, the symbol, the cape, or symbol, never mind. And he also has a belt, but I like the BVS design, so I just decided to use it. So I guess you can say it's really not my own design, and I don't care, so yeah. So anyway, let's just get started with the figure. You can see I used the Superman head from the sets, and I also used the Superman hairpiece from the sets. I just cut off the strand of hair. I also sculpted the 3 bits right here for the gold on kind of his belt, and I also sculpted his logo right there, and painted all the light blue, metallic light blue designs right there, and the boots are also painted, and he has a standard cape. The arms are painted with the same metallic blue design, and the back also has the gold design for his belt area, and is also painted in a metallic blue. So that's pretty much it for Superman. Not much else to go into with this figure. And yeah, so let's just move on to the next figure. Alright, here's the next figure. I kind of had to zoom out a little bit just because he's a little tall. He's basically the tallest Justice League figure I have in this video. So yeah, anyway, here's Batman. Batman has, oh my gosh, he's probably the most detailed Justice League member I have in this video. And yeah, so let me start off with saying his design is basically the Injustice 2 and Dark Knight mixed together to form one design, kind of. And yeah, so starting with the cowl is basically a standard Batman cowl with this chin strap, and I just modified it a lot. And you can see from the front that's like curved a little right here and around the chin. I also widened the mouth a little bit, kind of in a triangular shape. And you can barely see the eyes, which kind of bugs me, but you know, so eventually I tried sculpting into it, but it didn't work out. So yeah, I also painted a lot of gunmetal details around the entire cowl. The ears are a little extended, and yeah, so that's pretty much it for the cowl. And here's the torso. You can see the bottom part right here, the chest area is Dark Knight inspired. The bat logo was taken from Injustice 2. It was sculpted and painted, and the arms, they're sculpted, shoulder pads, sculpted vambrace right there, and I also sculpted individually the blades. He also has sculpted glove tops, his hand sculpted a little bit, and yeah, moving on to the belt. The belt's also sculpted, and I used the bronze color, but I just mixed it using brown and gold paint, and that's pretty much it for that. I also sculpted the knee pads, his feet are sculpted, some lines here and there sculpted and painted, and yeah, there's a lot to go into with this Batman figure, but yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it as is. There's nothing on the back because he has the cape on, which is standard LEGO Batman cape, so there's really nothing to paint or sculpt on the back, and because it would serve no purpose. Serve no purpose, not, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Batman, so let's move on to the next figure. Alright, and our third figure is Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is basically, I actually have a kind of short story about this figure. The torso and legs I actually took from the previous Wonder Woman figure I made for Injustice 2. I found it while looking for parts to make this figure, and I decided to use those parts because I already had the curved torso, I already painted a lot, and I just modified it a little bit. So anyway, let's start. So basically, you can just say it's an Injustice 2 Wonder Woman design, and yeah. Anyway, let's start off with the stuff I did do. I sculpted the torso a little bit, and then painted it with a gold and silver color scheme, and I used the metallic red, and I kept the metallic red, because I wanted my Wonder Woman figure to be unique, and yeah. I think it definitely looks unique, and I really like the brighter metallic red, rather than a darker red like the DCEU. Don't get me wrong, I love the DCEU Wonder Woman, but I decided to do something different. Anyway, so she has her skirt thing sculpted, or not sculpted, it was made out of paper and then just glued in place. You can see the same thing on the back. I also, for the legs, I sculpted the knee pads and then painted the metallic red all around her, for her boots. I added a lot of sculpted and painted details that go around the entire leg. And for the arms, I sculpted her bracelets and then painted them in a silver, and then painted some details in black, and then some gold around the bracelet right there, yeah. And on this arm, I basically sculpted a gold, armband, I guess, and painted a metallic red star right there, and I think it looks pretty good. The head is actually a standard Wonder Woman head, and I just used a Wonder Woman hairpiece from the older sets, and painted her tiara right there, and I also painted the star in metallic red, which you can't really tell, but, you know, it's fine. I just added details onto the crown tiara, just because it didn't really blend in well with the rest of this figure, so I think added details right there made it stand out and blend in a lot more. So that's pretty much it for Wonder Woman, and yeah, I guess let's just move on to the next figure. Alright, and next up we have the Flash. The Flash, I actually, okay, no pun intended, I finished it in the Flash. Really, I did rush this figure. I sculpted literally a day before, and then painted the next day. And yeah, I didn't take my time with this figure at all. I used a lot of design. Like, for the design, I found a lot of images off the internet. I just incorporated a lot of design from just separate Flashes. I don't know which version they're from, but from where all the details came from. But yeah. Anyway, the cowl, you can see I have the CW look with the, like, gold line. Well, it's black in the show, but I use gold to wrap around over and into the back of the cowl. The lightning bolts you can see here are based off the Injustice 1 design, and I think that looks pretty good, especially from the front. I like that. And the head is fully painted. It looks a little weird without the cowl on, but that's just how it is. And I think I painted it a little too high. I think I could have painted it a little lower, but I didn't really feel like redoing that. And yeah, he also has shoulder pads, and the gold lines you see on the arms, the legs, and the torso right here, I wanted to make those in the lightning bolts. I even did that on the back right here, but that took way too much time, and I was not willing to, spend time on that. And I wanted to make it sculpted to look a lot more, give it 3D effect, make it look better, and yeah. So I ended up sculpting just lines, which I know looks a little lame, but I think it looks fine, in my opinion. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Flash. I guess I can just say I used a darker red for certain parts. The back is fully painted and has some sculpted elements, like I mentioned a second ago. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Flash. I don't think there's anything else to go into. But yeah, and I guess let's just move on to the next figure. Alright, and the next figure is Green Lantern. Now, personally, after seeing the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, no offense to Ryan Reynolds, but I hated that movie. I think Ryan Reynolds is a great actor, but I just didn't think he landed Hal Jordan, or, like, not landed, but, done justice with Hal Jordan. So, yeah, anyway, I made the Hal Jordan version because, that's the version I know the most. I mean, yeah, I know of Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, and Kyle something, I forgot his last name. I know there's one more Green Lantern, or two more from Earth, but I decided to go with Hal Jordan because he's the most well-known. So yeah, anyway, the head is actually the LEGO Group's head. I just didn't feel like painting my own, even though I painted the mask in a metallic green and the eyes in a metallic white. So yeah, to blend it with my figure a little more. So yeah, I didn't feel like painting my own. The hairpiece is also from the Green Lantern figure, but everything else is my own design, kind of. Plus, I painted and sculpted everything else. So yeah, the torso is, like, the design in general is based off the minifigs for you Green Lantern design and the Injustice 2 design. So those are where the designs came from, if you guys are wondering. And yeah, so I painted the logo with a background of metallic white and lime green. And I used lime green and metallic green for a lot of this figure. So yeah, I wanted to give him a metallic look and an armor look, kind of. And as you can notice back here, I used the E-tape. Well, I didn't use E-tape. I just used normal tape. I used the E-tape method to wrap around tape around the legs, the bottom of the legs, to make it look like they're boots. So yeah, I think that turned out pretty well. I like how it turned out, and it looks pretty clean to me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for Green Lantern. There's really nothing else to go into. I guess I can show you the ring. There's the ring. I sculpted it out of Procreate and painted the ring. You can see there. And also, if I move his arms up, I sculpted, I don't know what this would be, but I just sculpted something there because the top of the legs looked a little bland. And so I added that. I also sculpted his knee pads. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this, my Green Lantern figure. And yeah, I guess we can move on to the next figure. And the second to last Justice League figure is Martian Manhunter. Now, right off the bat, you'll notice, where's the leg detail? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot it. But I wanted to get this video out, so I thought leg details, honestly, I don't really care. So I decided, you know, I'm just gonna make the video. Anyway, the head, right off the bat, you'll notice, it's Wavy Films' head. Actually, he didn't say this to me, but I took a lot of inspiration from his head. I mean, Martian Manhunter in general has a generally shaped head, so there's that. But I will admit to using Wavy Films' head design for his Martian Manhunter, and yeah, so we both have sculpted ears, the same head shape, kind of, because I didn't want to use this Justice League Unlimited type of head for my Martian Manhunter, so yeah, I just went with this design because it looks a lot cooler in my opinion. And yeah, so moving on to the torso. This is like a standard thing for Martian Manhunter. His like middle logo thing there, and he also has red straps. And I also did the loincloth kind of thing, which is probably the most detailed loincloth you've ever seen. It's sculpted out of Procreate. I just moved the camera. That's fine. And yeah. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know too much about Martian Manhunter, even though I like him so much. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's something Martian related. And he has gauntlets on his arms. I sculpted his shoulder pad. I also painted on his hands. I moved it back. There's nothing on the back, but this original torso print from the Hela set from Thor Ragnarok. I used that figure as a base. And yeah, maybe I'll add leg details in the future, but I don't know. It's probably not worth it. I also made his fingers exposed. And yeah, the upper half of the torso, by the way, is also sculpted. You can't really tell, but like the upper half sculpted, his six-pack sculpted, and I also sculpted and painted his belt. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's really nothing else for me to go into with Martian Manhunter. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for Martian Manhunter. And we can move on to our last figure. I'm almost out of breath. Alright, here's our last Justice League member, Aquaman. Now, you'll notice it is basically the Jason Momoa Aquaman. And yeah, so originally, like, when I finished sculpting it, I realized, wait, I'm making the movie Aquaman. And yeah, so that kind of, yeah, I realized that a little too late, and I already sculpted it, so I decided, you know what, just go with it. Because I didn't want to make Aquaman with, you know, his just standard orange scaled look like he has in the comics. I wanted to look badass. I wanted him to have armor. I wanted him to have a hook, because he looks cooler with a hook, in my opinion. And yeah, so the head is, I actually sculpted the beard, painted the face, and I also used the, what is it called, the dwarf hairpiece used in the Hobbit sets. And yeah, so if I remove the head and the hairpiece, there you can see the torso. I sculpted everything you see here. I used an X-Acto knife to carve in the scale details. Well, not exactly carve, but you get the idea. I made the scale details everywhere, including the legs, even the thigh area, and it actually is articulated in a way. I kind of have to push it. But yeah, I did have to sand the thighs in order to get that. I also, if you move the hands up, move it aside, the scales continue. There. There's the back of the torso. Then it has a lot of scales everywhere. That's just to represent the Atlantean armor Aquaman wears in general. So yeah, the shoulder pads are also sculpted with scales. And one arm is actually like his arm's exposed, the other arm doesn't. And I thought that would be a cool look, to be honest, so I did that. The hook is actually fully sculpted. I just took a Lego hand, I cut off the hand part, and I sculpted the hook. And right when I was done drawing, it was removed. I just took it off the hand, and then I super glued it in place so that way it won't, fall off or anything. Oh yeah, this hand is also sculpted and has scales. The scales really look really cool with the metallic green and the metallic, or not metallic, just gold. So yeah, I thought that looks really cool. I also sculpted his belt and his logo on his torso, like waist right there. So yeah, and the detail does go all the way to the back. And yeah, originally the torso was a urukai, I guess that's how you say it, from the Lord of the Rings sets. So that's what I did, and I thought, like, even with the sculpted bits on top, the printing, you kind of see it underneath, and I thought, I'll just leave it there. I'm not too bothered by it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Aquaman. And now if I put his head back on. So yeah, I think this version of Aquaman looks really cool, and I wanted him to look badass. I wanted him to have armor. So even though it looks exactly like the movie Aquaman, I decided, just roll with it. I think it looks fine, and yeah. So I can't exactly call this figure my own design, but, that's what I had to work with. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for Aquaman, and I guess we can just wrap up this really long video, which is going to take forever to edit and upload. Oh boy. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this video and liked the figures I made, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, because I'm always trying to make more custom minifigures. If you guys like what you see, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, make sure to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Flickr, and all three links are in the description below. I'm way more active on those media sites than I am on YouTube. So yeah, what else is there to say? This is my version of the Justice League. If you guys like this idea, I know I did this with the Bat Family minifigures a while ago, and you guys seem to like it. So if you guys since you guys liked it so much, I decided to do with the Justice League, since the movie came out and all that. And yeah, if you guys want to see me make movie Justice League figures, forget about it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue making figures for the movies, maybe for solo movies, but not the group movies. So yeah, that's that. What else is there to say? I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below who your favorite Justice League member is. And let me know in the video, or in the comments down below, did you like Justice League? Did you like the movie? What did you not like about it? Yeah. So, just let me know your thoughts on Justice League. Let me know if you guys like my Justice League figures you see before you. And, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I guess leave a comment down below who your favorite figure I made in this video is. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever or whatever video that'll be, and I'll see you guys next time.